Hi everyone, I hope you're well and had a wonderful weekend. Today my video is about sandpaper letters and doing a 3-period lesson on how to present letters to your child. Before your child can do this activity, we would like to, in a normal situation, do a lot of I Spy work. So beginning sounds, middle sounds, and end sounds with I Spy, and then we would move on to the sandpaper letters. There's 3 parts to a 3-period lesson. The first part is where I introduce a letter. We take 3 letters at a time, and preferably we do it from their name, or M for mom or D for dad. You don't necessarily have to do A, B, and K. So it helps if it's letters from their name because they've seen their name on their bag, on their locker, on birthday cards. So they kind of can associate that letter that you're showing with a letter that they've seen before. So the first stage is I isolate each letter one at a time and I introduce it to the child. The second stage is our playing around stage with the letters. We're going to ask them, can you point to the letter? Can you move the letter? Even can you go give it to a friend? And that's for and more advanced if they know a lot of their letters and they can concentrate quite well. So because that's a lot of movement, is to walk away and go give it to a friend and then remember which friend they gave it to and bring it back. So this stage is quite important. You don't want to rush the second stage. You really want to play around with it a lot. Move it around. But you always want to keep it in the same order as you introduced it to. So if you did T, A, R, which I'm using today, it's the letters of my name, you are always going to do T, A, R. You're not going to start then with R and A and change it around. And then if they really grasp it, if they can point to it and they've associated, when you've asked them, can you point to T, and they've pointed to T and they've felt it and said it, move on to stage 3. Stage 3 is where you're going to isolate again and you're going to say, what is this? And they're going to have to look at it and identify it, and then they're going to tell you what it is. If in stage 2 they're really not getting it and they're moving the wrong letter around and they're just not understanding it, we don't normally tend to move on to stage 3. Then we clearly just thank them for working with us and we pack it away and we try again the next day. So I'm going to show you the 3-period lesson in the 3 stages, and I hope you enjoy the video. So another tip when we introduce sandpaper letters to a child is we're choosing 3 letters that have different sounds. Like today is T, A, and R, and as you can hear, they sound completely different. We do not want to introduce the curling K and the kicking K together, as well as we don't want to say P, B, and D, because as they look quite similar and they sound quite similar, so it'll be quite confusing for the child. So try and pick 3 letters that are completely different in sounds. So this is the first stage of the 3-period lesson where we introduce the letters one at a time. We isolate the letters. T. 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 A. 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 R. 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 Now it's the second stage in our 3-period lesson where they would have to hear what I'm asking and identify and recognize the letter. Can you point to T, feel it, and say T? T. T. Can you point to A, feel it, and say A? A. A. Can you point to R, feel it, and say R? R. R. Could you move T here, feel it, and say T? T. T. Could you move a here? Feel it and say a. A. Could you move r here? Feel it and say r. 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 Could you move t here? Feel it and say t. T. Could you move a here? Feel it and say a. 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 Could you move r here? Feel it and say r. 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 I'm now going to move on to the last stage of the 3-period lesson, where we ask the child, what is this? What is this? T. What is this? A. What is this? R. So that is how we do a 3-period lesson. Again, the first one is introducing the letters to them. The second one is for them to hear it and then to identify and recognize the letters and move it around and have lots of fun playing around like that. And then the third stage is where they need to remember what it looks like and what it's called. And that's when we ask them, what is this? And then they will tell us. You can use a 3-period lesson. Again, you can use it for numbers, you can use it for naming shapes, parts of a tree, leaf, etc., names of continents. Just remember the 3 set rules on doing a 3-period lesson. So I hope you enjoy it. It's lots of fun and the children love doing sandpaper letters. And in your packs you've got printed out cards, and you can just use those cards. They can just trace with their fingers over the shape of the letter and say it. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon, and sending much love always.